Hello guys, day 15. Today's day was a bit easy. So pretty much you get given a bunch of strings, and say for the string hash, the first thing you should do, you go to the first character, you get the ASCII code of it, then you multiply that by 17, and then you divide it by then you mod it by 256. And then you keep track of that number, and you pretty much add that to the value you get from doing that to A as well, and you just keep doing that. Yeah, that's part one. So you can see my code. Pretty much, I split the input based on the commas, and then I have this get box number. Here, what I do is I fold the results. So I go through each character and then accumulate the value of multiplying by 17, modding by 256. No tricks there. And then there's sum of all the values. Part two. Part two is a pretty long and kind of confusing question, but pretty much, so you get given a list of like these instructions. That looks like this, and then in every instruction it starts with these like letters, which is the pretty much like a code, and then a number, so and a symbol. So for every time you get an equal sign, you're adding a new box. Every time you get a minus sign, you're taking away a new box. And for example here, because if you applied the hash code function from question 1 to rn, it would give you 0. Then in box number, you're adding to box number 0, that list, and then you're adding the value that's inside of the string, so rn1. And then if this was rn take 1, you'd take away any values that exist there. And then the only other rule is that there's like overwriting. So yeah, here's an example. OT9. So you can see OT9 here adds this box OT9 to position like 3 because the hash code of OT is 3. And then here you get OT7, so the hash code of OT is still 3. But because there's already this 9 here, what you have to do is you have to overwrite that essentially. Okay, cool. Let's look at the code. So here, for every operation, so I'm just splitting on the commas to get all the operations, I make this box, this operation object, which has the box, which is this value here. It's probably not actually, I probably should have called it a name or something, but anyway. Then I have equals, which is whether or not it has an equals or a minus sign, and then I have the value string, which represents this number on the right here. And then I put that into an object. And then for each of these objects, I go through and I have this tail recursive function, which starts at the first operation and goes to the end. And every operation, what we do is we go to the box at that current position. So I made a list of 256 long, a list of lists of boxes, which is initialized to a list of 256 empty lists. And then yeah, so if we have an equal sign, we know we need to add a box. So we go in here, and first we check to see if the box already exists. If so, we will replace the box with a new value. Otherwise, we just yeah, pretty much add it to the end of the list. And then here, if it's a minus sign, all we do is that we see, does the box already exist? If so, we'll get rid of it. Yeah, it goes to the end of the list, returns a result. That's all. Thanks for watching.